Well, folks, today is the last day of Movember. I've been growing my mustache out all month, and I've already gotten some donors to pledge a hefty sum. I might have gotten more donors and raised more money if I'd been able to explain exactly what this money was for or what I'm supposed to do with it. But no matter. Look, there's been a lot in the news lately, and there's been so much material for me to work with this week, and I would love to make a video on everything that I've seen that is video worthy, but I just don't have that kind of time. And, well, uh, basically, here's what I decided to do. There are 6 specific things that have been in the news in recent days that I wanted to make a video about. There's this fight that they're having over the payroll tax holiday, extending the payroll tax holiday. There's the yesterday Mitt Romney's interview on Special Report with Brett Baer. There's this thing, the American Airlines bankruptcy. That was tough. That literally hit close to home for me because I am from Tarrant County. I grew up in Arlington, right next to Fort Worth, where AMR is headquartered, and I remember back in the wake of September 11th when it looked like the company was going to go under, and there was a lot of worry around town about that. That's one thing. The Herman Cain this latest harassment, not sexual harassment, but this woman who's come out and said she had a 13-year affair with him. That's kind of a big deal. This Politico story, this ridiculous story in Politico earlier this week. It was just, I mean, oh, it's about President Obama and the retirement or Barney Frank's decision to retire. And I got a lot to say on that. So here's what we're going to do. I am going to take this die. Where's the die? So it looks like we'll be discussing the American Airlines bankruptcy. The first thing you should know is that it's not actually American Airlines that declared bankruptcy. It was its parent corporation, AMR Corp. It's a subtle difference. I mean, American Airlines is a subsidiary of AMR, and they're both headquartered in Fort Worth, Texas. So, in any event, this is a really big deal. And as I said, it's especially a big deal for me because I'm from there. American Airlines is a major employer in the region. Not only is the company headquartered there, but of course, DFW is their hub. And the stock price just plummeted yesterday, and it's been trending downward for a while. Yesterday was a big drop, but a year ago the stock price was fluctuating around, I think, $8 a share, and yesterday it closed at 26 cents a share. So, it's bad. And the second thing you should know is that AMR narrowly escaped bankruptcy not that long ago. After 9/11, obviously the airline industry took a big hit. There was this aversion to flying, and it didn't help American Airlines that 2 of the planes that got hijacked were American Airlines flights. And I remember when Carty, who was the head of AMR at that time, was basically forced out by the board. He resigned. They didn't actually vote to fire him, but he resigned and was replaced by a guy named Gerald Arpey. Arpey was the CEO up until earlier this week when he stepped down. And do we have a picture of Gerald Arpey? Okay, there you go. Um, but Arpey, he resigned. He's probably going to get blamed for this. Basically, uh, this bankruptcy can be chalked up to, and this is an oversimplification, but basically AMR did not have a sustainable business model, a cost-effective business model. According to the Wall Street Journal, their annual labor costs are about $800 million more than rivals, I mean, their competitors. $800 million a year more that they're spending on labor than other airlines. That's a big deal. And RB is probably going to take a lot of the blame for this bankruptcy, but I think it's worth mentioning that when he came in 2003, the company was in bad shape, and he really turned it around. The basically instituted some cost-effective changes, and it was widely praised in the business world. It's a shame that that this has happened for a lot of reasons, but uh, not that long, just last month, I think I flew on an American Airlines flight. Well, several, because we had to fly to DFW and then to Washington, and then on the way back we had a layover in DFW. But anyway, um, one other thing I want to mention is kind of a personal matter. I have a problem. Basically, not that long ago, I received a speeding ticket in Fort Worth, and I tried to get it dismissed by doing defensive driving. And so I went to the court, paid whatever the court costs were, and got permission to do the defensive driving thing. Went online, got a copy of my driving record, and selected a driving school. Now, you can do these things online, but they cost, well, actually, the cost money-wise isn't that bad. The problem is they take a lot of time, and as a full-time law student, I don't really have a lot of time, and so I tried to do, think I could just start it and do a little bit each day. Anyway, obviously my studies took precedent, but I finished the thing within the 90-day time period, and yeah, they said, you will receive your completion certificate by mail within 5 business days. You should receive it within 2 to 3 days. And this thing is based in San Angelo, what I used. So, I'm all ready to send this stuff in by mail to the Fort Worth Municipal Court, and I'm just waiting on the certificate. I completed the course last week. I still have not received my completion certificate. And this is a problem for me because the deadline to appear in court, in person or by mail, is tomorrow, and I have not received my certificate. And, I don't know what they expect me to do. I've done everything I'm supposed to except send in the necessary paperwork, including the certificate, which I can't do until I receive the certificate. And what really bothers me is that I tried to call the Fort Worth Municipal Court today. I couldn't get a hold of anybody. But also, this defensive driving school, I tried to contact them. They don't have a contact number for just the defensive driving school. The only number on their website that I could find was a tech support number for people who are taking the course. So if you ever get a speeding ticket in Texas and want to get it dismissed using defensive driving, then do not take, that's the name of the course, texasdds.com. Texas Defensive Driving School. Do not take that course. Just terrible. This certificate mishap. So I'm worried about getting slapped with a failure to appear charge when I've done my due diligence. I mean, it's really frustrating, just basically waiting for my certificate to show up in the mail. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Well, that's all for now. Check out my website. Also, remind you again, check out my blog. Go to my blog, read the articles, and comment on them. Yeah, I know that my blog is getting a lot of traffic. I can, click on the thing to find out how many hits it's getting per day, and yet still, people aren't posting comments. So I'd like you to post comments when you visit my blog. Okay, until next time, don't mess with the right-wing genius.